This is my second time recording this because evidently it did not quite work. So, I'm driving home right now from a Presbytery event, and something came up that kind of brought this to mind and came up a little bit in discussion. And so I wanted to record it here and share it more broadly. I was thinking today about how easy it is for us to be gracious and loving toward those that we want to be gracious and loving toward. And we'll couch it in that language. We'll say we want to be gracious, we want to give a listening ear, we want to be empathetic towards someone. But often we do that with the people that we really like, that we agree with, that think like us, look like us, act like us, want to do things the way that we want to do things. And then we are going to be much slower to want to extend that same grace and love and care and compassion towards somebody who is on a polar opposite way of thinking. Let me try to give some examples using the highly polarized, politically polarized time that we're living in. It has been my experience that younger evangelical types, and specifically I'm thinking here of those who are in college or college educated. They've been through the university system, usually the public university system, though not exclusively. They've been through the university system, and especially those that I've interacted with through seminary. So young pastors, those training to be pastors. I have found it to be extremely common amongst these groups who tend to be more progressive, at least than the generation before them, to say, hey, we should be more empathetic toward, gracious toward, and give a listening ear to groups like Black Lives Matter, or the kind of Democrat talking points, the kind of left of center ideas. Sometimes going as far as, well, you know, we really need to listen to Marxists, and we need to be gracious toward them and act in a way that is kind and compassionate and try to understand them. And I'm not against actually doing those things, listening, caring, being gracious toward those who think differently than you might. I think that that's a very good thing. My issue comes with this, that it's very common then for those same people, and again, this is in my experience, the same people who will be so quick to say, hey, let's listen to what the Marxists have to say. Maybe they have something that we're missing. Hey, let's be gracious toward these people because we don't know what their experience has been. And so we want to be empathetic toward them. Those same people will be some of the quickest to condemn those who are different from them, those who are not cool and hip to love. I'm thinking here of maybe young men who are falling into the arguments of the alt-right. Those who are maybe moving into actual racism, not just you're a racist because you don't agree with our agenda, but like actual racial animosity, race-based animosity. This can happen on the other side too. We all do this, right? So the more conservative type is going to be far more gracious naturally to those who agree with them, who are like them, and will be so slow to listen to try to understand, to empathize with, and to love those who are different, those who they perceive as enemies. And this is part of the human condition. But what we are supposed to do is to love broadly. Right? We are to love one another, and we are to love our neighbors. Our neighbors might not always look like us, think like us, dress like us, act like us, but we're still supposed to love them. That doesn't change. We should still be gracious toward them because God has been gracious toward us, even while we were still sinners. Christ died for us. What profit is it to you if you are kind toward those who you like and agree with? What profit is it to you if you do everything right toward those who you perceive to be the good people, and not for your enemies, not for those who you perceive to be the bad people? It will be of no profit to you. Okay, it drives me crazy when I hear the same people constantly calling on Christians to be empathetic, to care, to listen, to be gracious to certain groups of people, to then, when they interact with others or think about interacting with others, they think, oh, they're just unreachable. Oh, they're just the lost. Oh, they are just going straight to hell, and that's it. Like there's no reaching out to them. It's over for them. That's not the attitude that we should have toward any sinners. We want all to know Christ. We want all to come to a knowledge of the truth. And toward that end, we should be gracious toward, we should love those who are different than us, that think different than us. It does not mean accept their ideas. It does not mean acquiesce where we believe they are wrong. It means to care, to be kind toward even those who are not like us. Hey everyone, thanks for listening today. If you have any questions, concerns, ideas, problems, anything with what I just said, feel free to reach out to me. My email is pastormichaeljbowman@gmail.com. You can find more information about Christ Covenant Church, where I pastor, at ccc-pca.org. And if you're in the La Crosse area, I would love to get together and talk more in person. All right, bye.